I will apologize when he apologizes to those children. Blessings, everyone, and welcome to another story time with Kanita, where I tell true crime stories and Bible stories. Today will be a true crime story, and this is the case of Shanteari Young, or formerly known as Shanteari Weems. This beautiful woman here, her name is Shanteari Young, and she was the daycare owner of Kids Castle. It was a popular daycare in Owens Mills, Maryland. She provided care for a lot of the people in that area, and her daycare was very popular. Now, she was married to James Weems, and James Weems, he used to be in the Marines. He was an ex-Marine. He was also an ex-police officer. He was a police officer in Baltimore from 1996 to 2005, and then he became a bus driver. And so he would come and help out at the daycare as well. And she felt it would be an added service, of security and safety for the children there at the daycare because her husband was an ex-police officer. They were married for 5 years before this incident. So now Shanteari had been hearing a lot of rumors about her husband being inappropriate with some of the children there at the daycare. And so when she confronted him about it, he said he wasn't. And so she believed him, of course, because that's her husband. But she still had this niggling feeling that something was going on, and she was, just kept her eyes open about it. And so one of the women whose children go to her daycare had not confronted her, but had, came to talk to her and tell her that her daughter had indeed been sexually assaulted by her husband, James Weems. And she said that when she looked in the woman's eyes, she knew that the woman was not lying. And she said there was something in her. She said that her blood ran cold when she looked at that woman, and she knew that that woman was not lying on her husband. So at this time, Shanteari had formulated a plan. She had became because this, made her so sick, because she was in charge of protecting these children, and her own husband, somebody she trusted with her life, was sexually assaulting these children. And so she formulated a plan where, she basically told her husband, hey, meet me at the hotel. We're going to have some sexy time, basically. And so he was like, so he's thinking he's going to the hotel to get some sexy time. So on July 21st of 2022, he drove to the hotel. They were at the hotel together. She confronted him with the new information she got from that parent. And so he kind of ran at her. And so she shot him in the leg and she shot him in the neck. So the police were called. And when the police were called, there was an hour-long standoff. And she had already said, she had formulated her mind that what she was going to do, she was going to kill him and then kill herself. That's what she thought she wanted to do. And so there was an hour-long standoff with the police. She did tell the police, I did shoot him. And so then she finally gave herself up, and she was, of course, arrested. Now, even though she had nothing on her record, even though she had a very, very, very clean record, she was charged and she was sentenced to 4 years in prison for this incident. I think she shouldn't have got anything. I think she should have got time served or whatever the case may be, or some type of probation. But of course, I'm not the judge, but there's a lot of other people that felt like she should have gotten a lesser sentence. That sentence was too harsh, especially for what James Weems had done to those children. So James Weems went to the emergency room, or he was in the hospital for a little bit because he got shot in the leg and the neck, but he did survive. Thank goodness he did survive, because he needs to stand his day in judgment as well. He denied ever sexually assaulting any children. He denied molesting any children. But they checked his search history. That search history already tells everything that we need to know. So he checked the search history. He was charged with 33 counts of child sexual assault. Okay. And so at this time, Shanteari she filed for divorce in February of 2023. And so she filed for divorce. And so that's when she changed her last name from Weems to Young. So that's why we're respecting her by Shanteari Young is who she is right now. And so she testified in court because the court case had surrounded a 10-year-old who James Weems had sexually assaulted her multiple times, even in the daycare van. And so she testified in that case. Now, in that case, James Weems was found guilty, and he received life in prison. And that's exactly what he deserved. Now, Shanteari Young, she was released from prison in June of 2025. And so they put her on house arrest until December of 2025, because that's when her full sentence would have been over. And so right now she is a free woman. I will tell you this, you guys. I don't care if she shot him 11 times. She is somebody that I would definitely trust my children around because she ride hard for the children, even to the fact of shooting her own husband. So I'm glad that she's out of jail. I feel like her sentence was too harsh. And I just hope that her life is peaceful from here on out. God bless you guys.